Hi, at the end of this session you will be able to create visualization with Power BI on D365 for finance and operations data. You can see cards, charts, donut chart and some stack chart. All these I made while connecting on my local VM with D365 for finance and operations. So my profile, my name is Terminologies Zaidi. I'm ERP consultant currently working for business expert girls in the Middle East. You can reach me my website at terminologies.com. So today's agenda dashboard which comes with D365 for finance and operation. Then we explore the Power BI and why we need a Power BI features and component, and Power BI process, and how you download Power BI, requirement for a Power BI desktop, Power BI desktop interface, and how to connect with D365 for finance and operation, important terminologies for working with Power BI. My friends, Dynamics 365 for finance and operations come with 24 dashboard embedded into workspaces. I get some screenshots, and these 24 dashboards have 124 reports. At the end of the session I will explain you what is the difference between dashboard and the reports. So all these dashboards are available on LCS. You must download, modify them and upload on Power BI. So first of all, cash flow Power BI desktop, this is available in D365 for finance and operation. Then comes CFO dashboard and account receivable dashboards, financial insight dashboard. All these available if you are properly configured the D365 finance and operations environment. Fixed asset management, and fixed asset management, this is the report and inbound performance. Manage overview and cash flow, production management, project accounting, project hours report, project overview, purchase and spending. What is a Power BI? Power BI is a tool, service, app or connector which helps to extract, transform and visualize data and publish analytical reports. The Power BI is a tool, apps and connectors which helps to extract, transform, visualize and publish analytical reports. So in Power BI, what we do, first of all, we get data from different data sources, then transform into a model, then create views on these models, and then some publish somewhere for powerbi.com, so they can be accessed anywhere. So why need we Power BI? There are several. So now question is, why Power BI? There are several data visualization tools are available, then why we go for a Power BI? According to Gartner, Power BI is the leading data visualization tool. Over 97% of Fortune 500 companies uses Power BI. In total, Power BI has over 6 million customers. And most important feature of Power BI is self-service. So what is the Power BI features? It provides a connectors. It can connect hundreds of data sources. More than 350 data sources are available from where you can fetch data. Simplify data visualization. You can produce a beautiful reports, publish on a web and access on a mobile devices, and embed it with Microsoft Dynamics 365 for finance and operation. But the most important feature for Power BI is self-service. Self-service means that end user, regardless who can understand the Excel, that can work and make their own, make their own visualization. So Power BI components. Power BI basically two components, regardless of connectors, apps. They have basically two components, Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Power BI desktop, we have to download it in the next few steps, and that will help you. So Power BI desktop is a data analysis and report creation tool available that can be installed on your local computer. It includes the powerful features like query editor and it's free. It holds up to 1 GB data. After that you have to purchase or go for pro version. Power BI service is a cloud-based version of Power BI. It has some capabilities to edit reports, but to some extent it's not powerful as a Power BI desktop. The main purpose of Power BI service to share and distribute reports. So this is the diagram. I copied this diagram from datafairtraining.blogs / Power BI architecture. So first is data sources. We extract from a different data sources: SQL Server, DB2, Oracle database. According to the screenshot, then we connect to a Power BI desktop, design our reports, and design reports and deploy into Power BI service, either powerbi.com, or if we have Power BI report server in our local environment or on premises, both are available. So from there we access these reports or a visualization on our mobile, laptop, desktop, on tablets. Even D365 for finance and operation is also access the reports from Power BI service. So how to download Power BI desktop? There are two ways. One is Microsoft Store. You have to go there and search Power BI desktop and you have to download from there. Second is a download link. I will share this download link in the description of this video, and I download this from this link in the second section of this video. So what are the requirement of Power BI desktop? At least you have 1.5 GB RAM, extra RAM. Most recommended 4 GB RAM. That's a normal computers today have. So 1.5 because at least 1 GB data it can hold, and 1 gigahertz, you can say 64-bit or 32-bit, both it's supported, but it's recommended that faster computer is most recommended. For display, 1400 multiplied by 900 resolution or 1600 by 900 resolution is recommended, and minimum Windows 7 to have a latest version of a window. So what are the skills required? Truly there is no skill required to work on a Power BI. It's just so powerful. You are working in Excel, then you can easily work in Power BI. Basic requirement is you can enter data, edit data, and format text and numbers, and you can understand what is a table. Table is like a spreadsheet. If you understand this spreadsheet, you can easily understand the table. Find and replace, you can search and find data. You can sort and filter data, insert and format charts. Power BI desktop has three views. First is report view, then data view, and that comes a model view. Report view, you can see from here we can connect you can see from here we have a visualization, fields, tables, and graphs, and different pages are available here. In a data view, so here we transform data, for example change data type, we can add calculated row, we can create custom tables, we can add measures, and everything we have to do in a data view. And then comes a model view. Here we created different relationships between the parent-child relationship or primary key foreign key relationship between the tables. So this is a model view. Create a different relationship between the tables, parent-child or primary foreign key primary relationship, and based on these relationships data can be visualized or filter visualization section. How we connect with D365 for finance and operation? First of all, you have to click on a get data button, select here all data feeds, enter your environment's URL here, and then add slash. You can set it, you can provide the username, then filter required data entity. I will show you when we go for a demonstration or a training. What is data transformation? So when we connect with the D365 for finance and operation, or any data comes into Power BI, and we have to perform different operations. For example, sometimes some columns are not required, we can delete them, we can add some custom columns, calculated columns, extra special characters which are not required. Sometimes we have to transform date, time into dates, and all these operations can be need a data transformation. Sometimes we have to remove blank rows, and even we have option to filter or remove some data which are not required. So what is the terminologies required for while working with the Power BI? So first of all, what is visualization? Visualization or visual is a type of chart built in by Power BI designer. Visualization is a type of chart built by Power BI designers. The visuals displaying the data from reports and data sets. Typically designers build the visuals in the Power BI desktop. What is a dashboard and what is a report? I share you. Dashboard is a screen used for higher management, belongs to a different business area of a business area, but shows in a single screen, mostly based on the charts, bar charts and graphs, but usually did not drill down, and there is no filter. It's a clear picture of a jump just of some views that show higher management for the performance of organization. Dashboard is basically a single screen with interactive visuals, text and graphics. What are the reports? Reports are belong to specific area of a business. Different filters are available for a drill down, usually designed for a middle management who want to go little more depth. Report is a one or more interactive visual text graphics that together to make up a single report. Power BI bases a report as a single data set. Often the designer organizes the report pages to address the central area of interest or answer a single question. So this is the example of report. You can see filters are available left side. So what are the calculated columns? We are doing transformation. We required some calculated columns. Calculated columns are based of aggregated function in a text is a programming language used into Power BI, which helps us to create some queries. And basically calculated columns are the data based on each row. We did not access the data from other rows. For example, if you want to calculate experience, so what is experience of an employee, so it required on each employee level. So how we can get the experience, that will be, this formula will be used in the next section. So first of all, we filter the date difference between the employee start date and today, so for an extract year from there, so we can get a calculated experience. So this is the example of calculated columns, but remember that calculated columns have a different value for each row, so it basically row level operation. Then comes a measure. Measures are aggregate level of more than one rows. For example, if we want to some gross margin, then we have to sum up the gross sales and divide it by sum of and sales amount, so we can get a gross margin. So measures are result of aggregate functions result on multiple columns. So measures are basically aggregated level value more than one row. First, for downloading Power BI, we have download two ways. Either we have to download it from Windows Microsoft Store, and I am searching the Power BI desktop. So either you have to get from here, if you can't download it from here, then there will be a link. I shared that link into the description. From here you can download it. So this is the link from Microsoft. You have to download it. I am on Windows, my Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations VM. So Windows Microsoft App Store is not working for me, so I have to download from here. So I have to decide to save it. So my Power BI desktop 64-bit is downloaded and I am installing on my machine. So Power BI desktop is successfully installed on my machine. So hello friends, this is my machine on. I am currently running the Dynamics 65 for finance and operation machine on my local my laptop. So I'm going to run Power BI desktop, and here I will show you the give the overview of Power BI desktop first, and then I show you how to connect with 365 for finance and operation, and then we fetch data for on a specific data entity, transform it, and then add some filters and custom tables, and then make some some views. So when you connect with Power BI, you will find it. If you have authentication, you can sign it, and if you have a pro version, then sign in will help you. So first of all, this is the environment. This is called report designer or designer area, and this is called report and designer area. From here you can see a visual. These are the dashboards and pie charts. When I click on it, these are the this is the chart, and here is the values and properties, and here if you connect with some data, so fields will be shown here, and this is the property window where you can set the different values and apply filters. And similarly, these are the charts and a visual area, and different options are available here. This is the area where we have to play on our data, transform data, and add remove fields. And from here we can, this is called model area. Here we modify, we create a different relationship between different tables. So this is the quick overview. I'm going to connect with D365 and click on, so you have to click on get data, and you can find a lot of options here: Excel, Power BI dash data sets, Flow, SQL Server, whatever, all the options, 350 options are available. So for D365 for finance and operation, I click on O data fields, and here I copy my local VM and slash data, click OK. I previously I test that, so it saves the credentials. Usually it asks about credentials, so you have to enter credentials. So entities are available. From here data is loaded, and I am here writing employee EMP, and click on load. You can see it's download 2.3 MB from website to inside. Downloading the 2.3 MB data from Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. And if I go to, so these are the fields available, and you can see many fields which are not required for us, and everything what we have to do, it will be stored here, so we can go back all steps, we can retrack all these steps, and we can remove. For example, for current example, this column birthday, primary, electronic location ID, for my current example, these are not required, and primary contact, so I select and click on remove columns. You can see the steps, one step is created, that I remove the columns. For current example, I am going to create one column that for transformation. So for exploring transformation, we can transform column. So in this way we can remove different. Now I'm showing that how can copy or duplicate column, so I right click on a duplicate, and so at the end one column is created, employment start date dash copy. I right click on it and rename it, so I mention it. So you can see here in another step is added, rename columns, and now I'm going to transform it. I did not require a time, so I just need employment start date. So I will be create experience for employee. So for this I right click on it and change type and then change it to date. So you can see it is transformed into close and apply changes. Required are two queries that help me to get experience of an employee, that and then based on the experience I create experience group. So I go back and right click it and add new column, and I paste the expression here. And if you see, expression is very simple. You can see employee started I created in the last step. So a date difference between the employment start dot date and today, and I extract only years. When I click on OK, you can see that it provide me number of the years of each employee. And then I'm going to add one more new column, and this column is again based on last column I created experience. So if I go back and enter this expression, it shows that if employee is year is greater than 1, then it mention less than equal to 1, then show mention 1 year experience group. If between less than equal to 5, then 1 to 5 years, and if is less than equal to 10, then 5 to 10 years. If experience is less than equal to 15, 10 to 15 years and above. So when I click on OK, so you can see these are the calculated columns. I created these columns based on some expressions and based on the value of another column, and for each row individual value is created. We can't use the another row's value in that. Now I'm going to create two mayors, male and female. For example, I need a mayor, and right click here and add a new mayor. Again, it is a mayor is very similar to, but it's aggregated. I required females calculate the count of gender which is equal to female, and that entered as a calculated. So mayor is aggregated value. And similarly I'm going to create another mayor for males, and for this I've already copied, and here I enter. So male, and when I click, then another mayor for male is created. Male is here, female is here. Now I'm going to create another mayor that provide me a ratio, female to male ratio. So copy on that and click here and right click and add new mayor, and click OK. You can see female to male ratio is measure is also created. Now I'm going to create two custom tables. For this I have to click on create a new table, and here I had one query that provide me a calendar, that it will create a calendar. Let me show you query, text query, and that shows a calendar. To create a calendar, minimum employee date and today. So minimum employee date and today, it will create calendar for me. When I click on it, you can see it provide me a calendar. I found another table, and if I drag it, it will be automatically divided into year, quarter, month and date. It will help me when I create a views. And again similarly, I'm going to create another table that help me to filter on legal entity or a company in a system. So for that I created a EMP entity and copy it and paste here. So let me explain you, and let me explain what this query will do. Employee ID is equal to group by employee, and group by employees, and employee on based on employee legal entity. So it provide me distinct provide me distinct value of employee legal entity that I will use in. So this query provide us the group by employee legal entity ID. That field contains the legal entity, and in this way it provide me a distinct value of legal entity. So I create a table based on the query, and you can see all controls of data legal entity will be available here, and I click on OK. Now if I go on a model, that these three tables will be available, and if I create a relationship between these relationship will help me to filter data. So first of all, date. So date, I am going to select and drag and drop, and then I select so you can see this is the our model, and we're going to save it. Now we go, and in the first page we are just going to create some cards. So first of all, we have to use some cards. Click on a card. We have to select the employee person number that is unique, tag here, and then I change it to distinct count. Contoso data has 543 employee information in the system, and then I select again a card, and here I want to see the male, and for 543, from 543 employee, 363 are males, and again I select another card, and based on the Contoso data I select the female and drop here, and 187 is a female. And if I go to male to female ratio, for this I have to select another card and drag it here, and male to female, so you can see 0.52 is the ratio. Now we have to create, so here I drag the clustered column chart and expand it here, select it, and from I select the, where is the experience group, I drag the and place it in axis, and then values the count of count of experience and change it to count. And so we have around this is the experience groups and number of employees. Experience group, in a legend I can drop off a legal entity, so it will show me the colors in a graph, and from where we can identify the legal entity. Based on the legal entity, you can see it create you can see this graph is shows the comparison between different legal entity when we drag the legend in the legal entity. So for there we have to another view, we have to create column chart, and here we will the number of employees hired by each year. And for this, first of all, I have to go on my employee table, and here I select the, and from here I select the year and drop into axis, and then from values I used count of a personal number. Here it's mentioned that the number of employees per year hired based on the data available in the system. And if I drop employee legal entity here, it will show me the colors based on the data. You can see it show me that number of employees based on hired in a specific legal entity. And next we will check the chart, and for this I have to select this chart, and here we will see the personal count of an employee based on their genders. For this I have to enter in a legend in a legend I have to enter first gender, and then I have to enter legal entity, and then from values I have select count of a personal number. And if I expand it, it may show me that if I apply here, it show me that so 1.267 employees which did not have enter any their gender, and 187 are female, and these are males. And if I entered here slicer is used for filtering data. Here I select the legal entity. So if I click on a legal entity, has number of employees male and females and their ratio. So in this way we can filter data with the help of slice on our dashboard. So this will be our last dashboard, and here we will check the make a chart of a marital status of employees. So I drag tunnel chart, and in a group I entered the marital status and below count of employee. So here we can see that 351 employees are married, 167 are a single, 117 did not have entered their marital status, and 10 is widow, and 8 are divorced. And these are the some whole session I share you what is Power BI out of the box dashboards available in D365 for finance and operation. Then I share you why Power BI, then describe the Power BI desktop, and then different areas of different views of a Power BI desktop. And then I share you how to connect with D365 for finance and operations. and fetch the required data entity. Then I share you how to create a custom columns, then what are the measures, then I share you how to create a custom columns based on the queries, and then how to make a relationship between those tables. Then it goes towards the charts. So first I share you the card chart where it shows the number of employee count of a person employees. Then it goes towards the tag chart, third column chart, where I shared the experiences of employees as compared to with other legal entities. And then I share you hiring year of employee, and this will be show us the color of employees in respective legal entities. And then goes towards use the Donald chart, and then how to filter data based on the slice. I use the legal entity. And then at last I share the funnel, share you how to use a funnel chart. So that's all. See you in the next video. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, and thank you for watching.